to my channel. I'm the Savvy Daughter, and today I've got a big mound of hardwood bark beside me that I'm going to be using to amend the soil in my garden because the soil in my garden isn't good. So I'm going to be using this bark today to improve my soil so I can grow good plants in the future. So come along with me and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that. Last week my dad and I went up to a lumber yard in Tennessee and bought a bunch of this double ground hardwood mulch that you guys just saw in that trailer. So let me show you what happened when we did that. As you guys can see in front of me, I have tilled two brand new beds that I haven't grown anything in. I haven't done a single thing to them except just till them to get the grass off the top layer. I'm going to be taking that mulch that you guys just saw and I'm going to be putting a large amount of it into these two beds that are in front of me to try to improve the soil in these beds. Mulch is a really good thing that will decompose and actually create really good soil for growing any plants, but vegetables in my purposes. It's time to start scooping some mulch. Basically, I'm gonna take all of this and put it in the wheelbarrow, one load at a time. I'm gonna take it into the garden and dump it into those two new beds that you guys just saw, so that slowly I will be adding mulch into the beds. I'll till it in and then add some more. I'm very glad it was dry enough today to be able to drive the truck and trailer out here to the garden, or else I would be hauling mulch from a very long distance. As it is, I have filled up my first wheelbarrow of mulch. I'm ready to take it into the garden and start dumping. I'm really excited about this whole project because I know that next year this is going to provide improvement for my vegetable garden. I want to have a good vegetable garden, which is why I'm working hard to get soil improved. And mulch is one good way to do that. Okay, so I've done about 2 wheelbarrows per bed at this point, and I've just started to mound up this mulch really well. So I think I'm going to take this dirt rake and kind of rake it out smooth with the bed so that I can see exactly how deep my mulch is so far and see if I need to add any more before I till in what's already here. I have finished using my dirt rake to rake the bark smooth that I've already put on top of my soil. I've gotten the mulch a couple of inches thick now, so I'm going to take my tiller, and basically the purpose of this is just going to be to mix the mulch in with the dirt that's already here so that the mulch and the dirt that's already here can become one soil basically over time and break down together, and then they will be much better. One reason this hardwood mulch or bark is good to use is because it's got these big old chunks in the middle of the mulch. And I know this doesn't really look like great amending material, obviously, because they're just big chunks of wood. But the thing about it is that with heat and rain and worms doing their thing, these pieces of wood will eventually break down into soil, and they'll actually make a really healthy black kind of soil, even though it takes time. They're not going to be really healthy soil by the weekend, but by next year or maybe even the year after that, these will be completely gone. You won't even be able to tell there's any chunks in any of this mulch, and it's all just going to be really good dirt. That's one reason I'm using it today, is because it's got some chunks in it that are going to be able to break down and help the soil. This is what my soil looks like now that I have tilled in all of this mulch. It's like mostly mulch and a little bit of the clay that was already here. The next thing I'm going to be adding to my bed is a bunch of straw bales that we have left over from some work that we did last fall. So these bales are really good because they've just been sitting in place for several months and they've already started rotting, stacked on top of each other. They've been wet inside and they're already like rotten magic a little bit. So I'm going to be adding a layer of these straw bales to our beds, and then I'm going to be adding another thin layer of hardwood bark on top of the straw. And the whole reason I'm going to do that is to keep the straw and what's already here wet underneath, and it's basically going to be like composting in my beds instead of in a pile or any other way you would do composting. So that's the next step, is to add the straw. This is going really well, guys. I've got hay stacked up in front of me in these beds. And that right there is just soil amending magic, because now it's just going to sit here and let the bugs are going to do their thing, and it's going to rot down and just become part of the soil that's here already, and the mulch that I mixed in before I put this straw in. And all of that mixed together is going to make some really good soil. So I'm happy about it. On top of the layer of straw that we laid down, I put another layer of my hardwood mulch, and basically that's just going to serve as a layer to keep everything in place and to keep everything underneath the top layer moist so that it can all compost and break down, and just by sitting here for a long time, and then it will make good soil. At least that's the idea. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it's going to be really good. Basically, now that I've added all of my matter and mulch and straw and whatever into these beds, now they're just going to sit here for months until next year, when hopefully I'll be able to plant some vegetables in them. And I think it's going to be really good. Thank y'all for watching this video. I thought that it might be a good idea to show you guys how I'm trying to fix my soil, because I didn't know if it would help anybody watching, and also I just wanted to. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.